Here we go. Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you. This morning we have a couple of guests, but before we get started, let's do some introductions here. Welcome to Coffee and Comfort with LaWanna, where wisdom flows as freely as the coffee in your cup. My name's LaWanna, and I'm here to share real stories and heartfelt advice in a way that feels like a cozy chat with a friend. Join me as I sit down with inspiring guests who overcome obstacles, chase their dreams, and are living proof that it's never too late to shape your future. So grab your cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started with the conversation. We have special guests this morning. This morning, we're interviewing some speakers at the VIP virtual retreat. And we have two of them here with us, and we are so excited. This morning, I'm going to be asking questions and get to know these ladies and introduce them to you. Okay, sorry, I thought I saw another admittance here. All right, our first question of the morning will be, what inspired you to focus on your particular topic or area of expertise this morning? And let's go with Diane.
Thank you, LaWanna. It's great to be here and to speak to everyone. Yeah, what caused me to focus on what I talk about? I'm an inspirational speaker, and I talk about overcoming challenges and how do you do it and how do you go on with life after you've overcome these challenges or are overcoming these challenges. And for me, it was my life. It is my life. As with most people, it's a continuing challenge every day, every year. And I've had some disabling problems throughout my life, and I've had to change tracks in life, change paths in life, where I really didn't expect that, as most people would in my situation. And I just basically learned to cope and to carry on and to find a new path in life. So basically, I have many stories that I share with people, including my life and other people that I've had the honor of going through their life with.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Noralee, what about you? What inspired you to focus on this topic or area of your expertise? We'd love to hear a bit of your journey and what led you to this work.
I speak about creating the most impactful life that you can by using the DASH acronym, and that's discover what matters to you. A is appreciate everything that you have, being mindful and present in your life. S, sharing what you have, your skills and talents with the world, and spreading kindness, which is really important. And then H is harness those other three to make a good life for yourself, to be happy and harmonious and to live now. What inspired me to come to that realization was a speech that I gave one time. And I was told I need to have a book to go along with it. And it just exploded from there. It was about living your dash, and it came about because my son passed away when he was 25 of cancer, and just the things that I went through and understanding that yes, people do die at 25, and yes, that is their completed life, and the importance of a life is not your birth date and not your death date, but that dash in between, that's the sum total of all the experiences. So that's how I was inspired to speak about what has become my passion at this point.
Thank you for sharing that. And trust me, I understand having lost a son who was 23 at the time.
Mm.
And it's like something being ripped out of your heart. It leaves
Yeah.
such a big hole. But you're right about the journey in between. Every time I think about him, I think about the person that he was and the things that he did and the memories he left for us that are just absolutely great. So, yes, that journey in between is far more important. So, let me find out from each of you what, well, just tell us a little bit about yourself. So, Noralee, let's ask you first. What, what is who is Noralee?
As with most people, I've lived a lot of different lives. I was a stay-at-home mom for 22 years. I worked for the state. And then recently with the pandemic and another death, my brother, uh, things came to a head and I needed to have some counseling. And I was fortunate enough at work to have 34 strong counselors. And we coached weekly until I realized I can do this. You know, I can speak and I can share my story. I have something to say. I'd always thought there was a book in there somewhere in my years of 25 years as a Toastmaster. I thought that I could actually share things with the world, and I never knew how, and I never could understand how to consolidate it into a main thought. And that's where the dash came in, and that helped me a lot. But what helped most was realize that I can do it. It doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter how young I am. It's something that if I make up my mind, I can get it done. And I think that that's a message that I've been hearing but not believing all my life. So it's just been a recent thing to really internalize and believe that I can do what I want to do and I can make make a statement, live intentionally, maybe share my story that will help other people. And that's that's who I am today, is the person who wants to help, who wants to share, who wants to give other people inspiration and the strength and the encouragement that I've been given over my life. That's what I want to do, and that's who I am.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Diane, tell us who Diane is. Tell us the story that none of us knows that may resonate with others who are listening out there.
Okay, well, I was very fortunate. I had wonderful, supportive parents and family. And from a very young age, around 12 or 13, I had a dream, and the dream was to become a physician. And that I did achieve that dream, which I absolutely loved being a physician. And I was a family medicine physician in Rochester, New York for 18 years. And then my life changed, as I was talking about. I became disabled. I have multiple sclerosis and other medical problems. So that really had a big impact on my life. Like we talk about overcoming these challenges, and it takes you a few years to you get slapped in the face and you kind of have to figure out, where you're going and which way you're turning. And I did. One of my other dreams was to always move to Hawaii, which I am in right now. And during that journey from New York to California to Hawaii, I found other avenues in life to help people. And one of them is through speaking. I, like Noralee, hope to inspire people by sharing my stories. We all have a story, and it's great sharing it. And it's great connecting with people who can relate to what your story is, to what you're saying. So I've pretty much achieved what I've wanted to in life, and probably more, actually. I know it's not a good thing to be satisfied, and I'm not satisfied, but I'm pretty happy. I'm sitting here in Hawaii and I'm speaking. Oh, and in between there, I did write a book. It was The Journey of a Lifetime Moving to Hawaii. After I moved here, it was about moving to Hawaii because it was such a different experience than on the mainland. So that was in there too. So right now, basically, I'm just speaking. I'm enjoying my journey and trying to share with others and and help others as much as I can in a different way, not diagnosing and treating people, but trying to give them hope, trying to inspire them to achieve what they can in their life.
All right. Well, tell us then, because this is something that most people struggle with. How do you stay motivated and maintain that balance in your busy life? Because it seems like we all have so much to do. Computers were supposed to change that, make it easier. But I swear it seems to me that I have far more to do today than I did before and less time. So, how do you do that? How do you stay motivated and feel like you're balanced? Sorry, Diane.
Yes, yes, LaWanna. I try to stick to I tend to be somewhat disciplined throughout my life and focused, and I try to stay on a routine, meaning a routine every day to help me stay focused. And I find out if I do the little things in life, like there's a book, Make Your Bed. I start by making my bed in the morning. It's always one of the things I have to do. I take a shower and I go through that and get dressed and all, and then I'm ready to carry on the day through what I have to do. Now, I also meditate in the morning for about 5 to 10 minutes to just get, I'm somewhat near the ocean. So part of my meditation is just listening to the ocean, which is very refreshing and very relaxing. I start with that. And then I usually have a list of things that I would like to accomplish. Now, that may not be a lot of things. It may be like today, one of the things I need to accomplish is going to the dog park, as LaWanna was saying, to take my little friend out for a walk. There may not be a lot that I have to do, but I try to get through the list and carry on. Now, this does not mean that I'm totally positive and focused every day of my life. Obviously, I'm human too. So, yes, I do have those moments of despair and feeling down. And I just basically, there's two things that I live by. You have to have a positive mindset. You have to have positive thinking and get rid of all the negative self-talk that you have built up in your life, in your mind throughout your whole life, and other people have probably told you too. And the second thing is I'm also known as kind of the queen for never giving up under any circumstances in life, no matter what your challenge is, never giving up. And those are two life lessons that I truly live by.
Thank you for sharing that. Noralee, what about you? How do you stay motivated and balance all the things that you do? Because I know, Noralee, I know, and she is one busy lady. So how do you do it?
Thank you, LaWanna. Unlike Diane, I am not disciplined and have not been disciplined through my life. I'm ashamed to say, but what carries me is a strong sense of responsibility and a strong sense of connectedness that I want to please people. I believe that we're all here for a reason, and those things really help me a lot. I get motivated by other people and stay motivated when I share my story and they react positively. I was kind of in the doldrums in writing this expanded book, and I talked to the baristas of all people at Starbucks, and they said, "What are you doing today?" And I said, "I'm writing my book." And they said, "Oh, you have a book? Oh my goodness." And then that just inspired me when they said, "Oh, we need a book like that." So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I'm also doing what I've asked other people to do in my book, and that's to be intentional and to write down what's important, because I've learned that doing one thing means you can't do another thing. And life is so full of possible experiences, it's really, really hard to choose. And I do have a larger plate than a lot of people, but I still need to make those choices every day. I need to decide what it is that needs to happen. And again, like Diane said, there are days that I just don't even want to do anything. And just deciding to do one thing, just one thing, is really helpful. So that's
Mhm.
what motivates me. That's what keeps me going. And I'm on a journey as I'm not there. Just like the people that I'll be sharing with, it's a journey, it's a process, and it'll take time.
Yes, it is. And I applaud both of you for what you have gone through and how you've handled yourself and brought you to the point where you are now. And that's inspiring for others as well. So let me ask you this question because everybody knows how much I love reading. And I'm curious, what's a book? Uh, well, maybe not necessarily a book, but I always lean for books. Maybe there's another resource or two that's been like a game changer for you. Um, what has made a difference in your life? Oh, Noralee, forgive me, audience. Forgive me, those of you who are listening now to this. I have to get used to this. Noralee, so let us know, is there a book or some other resource that has been what you consider a great game changer for you?
For me, I would have to say it's getting involved in 34 Strong. It's Strengths Finders. I don't know if everybody's heard of that, but it takes 34 strengths that we all have in different degrees, and talking about your top 5 and how they work in your life. And that helped me understand this person that is encapsulated in this body. I always knew I was capable, but I kind of sabotaged myself. And finding out what those strengths were for me was a game changer. It was totally um, inspirational and life changing. I can't tell you how much it meant to me to be able to understand that. And even the lesser strengths, how they come and help support the 5 predominant strengths, which for me are connectedness, connecting with the world, feeling like, and this has to do with faith too, feeling like things happen for a reason, and responsibility, which is huge for me, and I always knew it was, to almost to my detriment. I'm responsible almost to the point of destroying my own life, you know. But so those were 2 of the highest ones that I had, and understanding how they fit together, and that was huge for me. I encourage anybody who can to take the strengths test and get
Is
more
it a
information about that.
is that a book or
There's a book, Strengths Finders, and there's a test that people take, and you can't take it again because knowing information about yourself would change the results. It's you do change over time, but basically you have certain ways that you deal with the world, and most everyone does. They have these top strengths that help them in the world, and learning how to make sure that they rise to the top and don't hinder is really important, because sometimes, like I said, responsibility can be a hindrance
Mm,
as well as a positive. So
okay. And Diane,
Yes.
tell us what book or resource, something that you felt what became a game changer for you. Um, because we're always looking for new ways to grow
Right.
and learn.
Well, for me, and I know LaWanna is involved, joining Toastmasters was saved my life pretty much.
mhm.
And if I didn't move from New York to California, that probably wouldn't have happened. So it's interesting how your life has a way of weaving back and forth and ending up in one path and ending up somewhere. But Toastmasters has completely changed my life as far as confidence, sharing my story again, helping people, learning to connect with people. Toastmasters can be very therapeutic, actually. The meetings, I don't know if you're a Toastmaster, Noralee,
Yes.
but
Yes,
yeah.
we all are.
Okay, so for me, it would be Toastmasters. As far as any books, the most recent book I read, I already spoke about Make Your Bed by Admiral, and I can't remember his name. It's a I like very easy books to read, very non-detailed books. And that's a very easy book because it kind of gives you these principles to live by. One of them is never giving up, and one of them is making your bed in the morning. Something very easy like that to follow in life. So that would be the most recent thing that I have read.
I read
Okay.
that too, and I didn't read the book, but I read his speech at
Yeah.
Admiral McRaven, and
Okay.
that was incredible. I agree with you totally.
Great, wonderful. I think Toastmasters has been a help for many people in various areas. For me, that was the year I joined was the year I lost my son, and being able to share the story of him helped a great deal. Whereas I wasn't able to talk to family and friends because they were looking to me for strength. So Toastmasters to the rescue again.
Yes.
If you have not joined Toastmasters, you need to. All right. So we're running low on time. So I'm going to ask these next three questions. And if you can give me some uh, quick responses to them, that would be terrific. Who or what has been your greatest source of inspiration, Diane?
It's multiple people. At one time in my life, it was my uncle who overcame certain obstacles. At other times in my life, it's been my mother or my father. So depending upon which period in my life it is, right now it's probably that my coach that I'm working with is my greatest source of inspiration. He keeps me motivated and he keeps me on track. And other than myself, he's probably the most supportive person that I have in my life right now.
Okay, but just very quickly, if you don't mind sharing the individual name, let's give this in a personal
Oh,
plug.
sorry. Randy Powell.
All right. Thank you. I kind of figured that.
Yes.
Noralee, what about you? Um, who do you feel has been your greatest inspiration that has helped you through get to where you're at, help you to recognize who you are?
I like with Diane, it depends on what point in my life. And the person who comes to mind is Denise. And I was in a group where we were able to share information, and she was my facilitator and just helped me ask the questions that were deep and peel the onions, find the center core of who I was. And I would say that she was probably one of the biggest inspirations in my life. And then my two coaches, Analia and Shannon with 34 Strong, have been super. I just don't know where I'd be without them. And yeah, and then my partner Skip and various people. And again, like you said, Diane, Toastmasters has been an incredible situation. Most of the people I know are in Toastmasters, and met my partner in Toastmasters. So it's really a great inspiration as well.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now I have one last question I would like to ask each of you. And that is, well, I'm going to combine because I think this other one's kind of good too. If you could leave one empowering thought um, to others out there in the audience that you think will be of great benefit, what would that be? And what excites you most about the future? Let's go with Noralee first.
One empowering thought would be to trust yourself. So many times we don't believe that we can do things, and just trust that you are who you are and where you're supposed to be. And that's what I'd like to leave with the world, is that you can do this. You can make the most of your dash. You can leave a legacy.
Thank you. And what excites you about the year 2025 that's just around the corner?
I'm in the process of finishing my second book, and I'm excited about that. So it's great.
Well,
It's got some
congratulations.
wonderful
What is
things going.
what's the title of your first book? Let's let people know about that and where they can find it.
Right now, you can't find it. I pulled it. It's Be the Star, Create Your Dash List, Leave Your Legacy. And the second book is based upon that and expanded with more stories. And the reason that well, I won't go into that. We don't have time right now. So the second book is the same name, Be the Star, Create Your Dash List, Leave Your Legacy, and it's expanded. It's expanded stories. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's wonderful. Book number 2. All right. Diane, what empowering message or thoughts do you feel you have that would make a difference in some young person's life who happens to be listening, or even someone more mature like me? What would you think will be a great empowering message, and what excites you about this coming year?
My message currently is that each of you are gems. You are gems in your life, in the world. But remember, it's always rocky when you're a gem. Don't give up, but remember, it's always going to be rocky when you're a gem. And what I'm looking forward to is a year of speaking more, possibly starting my second book, which has been put on the burner for a while, and getting to write something that really coordinates with the speeches that I give. I agree with you, Noralee, completely. And if I can accomplish that this year, I would be very, very happy. So hopefully I will be able to do that over the next 12 months.
All right. And the name of your book that you've already published?
The Journey of a Lifetime, Moving to Hawaii. And it's about how you move to Hawaii and actually how you do it. And it's on Amazon.
Okay. And of course, you can find it under Diane Piela. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Piela, yes.
Good, thank you. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for being here. These are 2 of the speakers who will be at the VIP virtual retreat this Saturday, 10 California time. So you want to register. The link will be at the bottom for you to register to attend this. Now, here's the great part. It's free. It's free. You've got to register, however, to attend. And you must be there if you want an opportunity to win a prize. So think about it. Come on out. Let's have some fun that day. It's all about making new connections, meeting new people, and just getting to know people in general. Let's talk about things that have happened this past year and what we expect to have happen for us this new year coming up. I am so excited about this. All right, ladies, I want to thank you both for taking the time to visit with me this morning. And thank you, audience, for attending this Coffee and Comfort with LaWanna. I hope you found a little inspiration to brighten your day. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave a review. Until the next time, keep dreaming, keep growing, and keep sipping that cup of coffee.
Thank you, LaWanna.
Yes, thank you, LaWanna. It was great.
Thank you.